Yeah, that seems good.
Right,
Let's go.
We're back together, man.
You and me.
Two peas in the pod. By the pod, I mean your bed. Where your head goes is my rump. And I'm worried.
Where my head has been for the last 19 hours.
Yeah, and I could be malodorous. Stuff to tell in this den of sin that we've created here in London town, foggy old.
I don't smell it, but I didn't smell the lady at the play.
Boy, I smelt it for everybody.
I didn't smell old Abraham Lincoln gunshot wound. That was such a perfect, that's when a shared history of experiences and lingo can really come in handy, because instead of saying, whoa, somebody's pussy stinks.
We had our twin speak. So I could
we sat down at Les Mis matinee.
Yeah, we went to Les Mis.
Saturday. Come see Les Miserables.
2:30 every Saturday. Tickets are the same price. And according to Reddit, there's not a good seat in the house.
Get shoved in and then get turned on by operatic-like performances from London's best and an American guy.
Do you want to see the top of the set? Pass.
Impossible.
Do you want to see the symphony? Not gonna happen. Tickets are £50.
They're hidden.
And you get the privilege of sitting behind a real Markley Motors situation.
Right, so yes, instead of saying somebody stinks out of their crypt,
there is a person with a vagina here.
You say we have a real Markley Motors situation, and I instantly know exactly what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I couldn't smell it to corroborate.
It wasn't unfortunate. It was like I was in the commercial. I was the seat.
I was seeking it out because I needed to feel something.
Yeah, you were in a bad way.
Well, and also, you could have woken me up because I was like weak from hunger or some shit, like an asshole. I thought, hey, we'll eat after. Everything will be fine. No, my body freaks out as soon as the lights go down. It's like, you haven't eaten. It's like, who cares? Let's watch a beautiful play.
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm going to freak out.
We couldn't have had more different situations, because I was sitting there being like, I can't wait to talk to everyone about how this is the best thing I've ever seen. And it's tough because I love the Globetrotters, obviously. That wrestling show we saw in Japan is up there. I've seen, Jay Reatard play. I've seen Lightning Bolt play. I have seen the...
Bryan Adams.
I've never seen the Cardinals. I was never into
Post-game?
Ryan Adams?
Oh.
Right?
I said Bryan Adams.
Oh, Bryan Adams. Yeah, I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with him. I saw the ballet last week.
You're too young.
This was so good. This was so good. The sets, the way they implemented the lighting, the sound, the actual acting, the singing, the little bits of stage business were just impeccable. Everyone was doing the right thing at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a thespian in high school. These were things that I learned. I took these classes in college, and I was just like, they are doing it to the best of anyone's ability ever.
Yeah, no, I was able to take away some of that, especially in the beginning, because I didn't feel like shit right away.
That's good. Yeah,
or else I would have grabbed something to eat. But instead, I was like, I'll be fine. We ate kind of late last night,
and we ate a bunch of chicken.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll be okay. I usually don't like to eat when I first wake up, and so I don't, and it's fine.
I mean, we
really
didn't have much
sucked.
time for you to eat anyway. It was, she started at 2:30. You woke up at 2:20.
Noon.
We were staying 3 minutes away.
Yeah, no, I definitely blew it, and it was annoying.
Well, at least you powered through the night. The show ended at 6:30. It is now 11:40. So we're doing it.
I didn't power through anything.
I know.
I went back to bed.
Very good. Yes. I was there Markley motoring the whole show.
Motorboating.
I had 3 different suspects, but 2 of them left at one time, yet the stink remained.
Could have been soaked into the chair.
No. I knew
it was
where
an active shooter.
Yeah, if I had a stink detector, it would have gone.
Anton Sugar.
Yeah, I mean, it was right. She was right between my legs. So,
right between her legs was Quado.
Yeah, right between her legs was an egg salad sandwich. She had a real glove box, People lost their owner's manuals in there. And she was with a nice man. She was a pretty woman of a certain age, but man, hose it off.
Well, yeah, she was. She was young. The Markley effect had something to do with the passage of time.
Yes, it was a kimchi.
So this young lady is stinking at a 55-year-old level.
Yeah, she could retire with this stink. It was like a bunch of people had sex with her, like right before she sat down. A bunch of different types of people from all over.
Yeah,
all types of stuff.
She got dug out in the line to be let in to the theater.
Speaking of lines, how about at intermission when we all tried to leave, we tried to barrel out of there, and I just walked into the line for the women's room. And I'm standing there surrounded by women, and I'm holding the door open, putting my head in, being like, well, this doesn't look like an exit. There's just a bunch of stalls, and women are entering and exiting them. No one says a word. None of the women say, hey, mister, I know what you're trying to do.
They're frozen in fear.
Yeah, literally.
What was that? Yeah,
I don't know.
Because the way that the lady outside of that entrance, it said ladies in that way, and it said the same on the other side, gents.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see the door.
Different sign.
The door was already open when I got there. I held it open, thinking we're going to proceed down a stairway out the door.
Right, and the restrooms are going to be right there, but you keep moving and you get outside.
Straight on, full barrel girls' room.
Pussy's
just in
out.
there for 10 or 15 seconds. But yet, a simple, hey, wrong way. Oh, I'm sorry. No one wants to misgender me? Is that the situation?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Too polite. You're at the theater. You don't want to cause a scene.
Maybe they thought it was part of the show. Maybe they thought I was Jean Valjean.
I'll bet they were pretty miserable thinking about you being in there.
A couple of them were lads, too. CMT angle.
Oh yeah, address your letters to Sam if this is making you nauseous. Unless it's the camera angle. If it's my body, then you don't have to write to him about it. That's my fault.
I actually downloaded this app. So the guy who directed Get Out,
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, so it's called Poole.
Wait, Jordan Peele.
It's called
Jordan Poole plays basketball.
It's called Peelings. So you just like set up and it slowly zooms in on us.
That's all you ever wanted.
While playing like little sounds in the background, like bing.
Let's Get Out.
Yeah, so that's kind of enhancing everyone's viewership. Yeah, so we're staying in this. First of all, if I may.
First of all, welcome to Chubby Behemoth.
Yes. Sorry, we just jump into it.
I'm Crond Pondler, and this is, as always, my lovable co-host.
Todger Birdswell. I'm Todger Birdswell, and I enjoy cottaging. Dotting, I like that. There's a lot of fun stuff to do.
Who taught you those things?
The Glue Factory podcast. There was a guy named
right.
Milo. Shout out that guy Milo on Glue Factory. He's one of the funniest dudes I've talked to in a long time. They were all lovely, but man, he was fucking slam dunking. He said that there was a guy named Guido Keller who was like a fascist, like right-hand man, and he was a nudist with a big mustache, so he was funny. And like Guido Keller, funny name, and then he said something about, he wasn't easy because he was blind, deaf, and dumb. And I went, touchdown! No one knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say, go.
They say, another wicket has been rounded.
Yes.
Ooh, the pigeons in the hen house.
Wolves knocking on the door.
Oh no, Crystal Palace has entered a room full of stones. Someone's throwing bricks through Crystal Palace. Edgewell bringing the ball up well, passing in the midpoint line. Oh, a nice bit of footwork. Oh, another dandy play with the left. And around the bend, here he is. Oh, and his shorts have fallen completely down. Oh, and he is exposed. Oh no, loose dog on the pitch.
Guess where he's headed? Straight for the jewels.
His snout is well in there. Yes, and here's the police to arrest the dog.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
I just realized I was just dreaming.
Really?
When I slept, against all odds, when I went back to bed for several hours, I dreamt that there was some town Christmas celebration with snow everywhere. Everybody's dressed up in Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
There's some event with singing and speakers. JBL comes in. He's pissed, and he enlists me in helping him up the stairs because his knee is fucked up or something.
What?
Yes, dude, I just remembered. I don't know. Then I
Tell
get
me who JBL is.
John Bradshaw Layfield, wrestler for a long time. He's been retired for a while. Used to
Yeah.
do commentary for WWE.
Him and Farouk were friends.
They were a tag team.
He was a real sumbitch.
The APA.
So there you are, helping him up the stairs.
I
'cause
like
he's
help
injured.
him because he's hurt or something. He's in a bad mood. Then I go, I
sour.
find, yeah, he's like kind of mean or whatever. But then I like walk away. There's a dog that's on its own, so I pick him up and try to find an owner for him. Then I go into like a small venue, and you're there, like a venue, like a little bar, whatever, and someone is like rude to me or something is annoying, and I'm like, what the fuck, who's running this place? And a little woman is like, that would be me. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this sucks. And then she's like, why don't you get out of here or whatever. Like, just what the I haven't felt feverish all day, but something's going on.
Well, it could have been all the candy that put you down.
Candy doesn't make you have fever dreams of Christmas time. With like my 99th favorite wrestler. Like, what the fuck?
His finisher was a clothesline.
Yeah, it was from hell though. It was that was good. That wasn't the issue.
He worked stiff. So what? You left a big event with JBL,
We didn't leave together, no.
but you helped him up the stairs.
Yeah, I like got him upstairs
So
or
you're
something.
like you're like leaving.
I bail. I got other shit to do.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with this dog.
I'm just trying to break it down.
Little dog that I'm carrying around. Like, I don't know whose dog this is, but
Yeah. Maybe it represents innocence or like a part of yourself you wish someone would help you with.
help me.
Like you're JBL and the dog, and you're me and the lady.
And the venue owner.
Yeah, and the venue. You're inside of yourself, like Joe Esch right now.
He doesn't need to be inside of himself.
Oh man, he better just
Got plenty of volunteers.
He's not just coming out of the shell, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we went to Les Mis today, and yes, really a blast. If you ever in London, it's all the time, and it's like everyone was really good except for one guy, and I refused to clap for him.
I didn't know that. I didn't see you withholding.
Yeah. I told Joe this guy sucks, and then he went, I know. And I was like,
Okay.
"All right." Yeah.
He said something to you that was like a prolonged sentence, and I was
Yes.
like, "You're gonna get shushed,
I
bro."
wanted to give him one of these. Yeah. I wanted to grab him by the nose and pick him up and put him right in the smelly pussy. Just bull ring
The
him.
last place he would want to be.
Yeah. What if it fixed him?
This is my thing now.
Well, yeah, I asked him at one point, I was like, do you smell that? And he's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. And I was like, okay, well, something reeks. And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, do you smell anything? And he's like, maybe. And I was like, okay, does it smell at all like when you make a can of like, you make tuna fish sandwich and you leave the can on the counter and then you walk away and you forget it's there?
You walk away for a week and a half.
Yeah, you walk away for a week and a half. A bunch of your buddies and their
You
friends
did-
come over, jizz in it.
You didn't get most of the tuna out of the can, so a lot
Right.
of it is in there getting bad, going bad.
Yeah, and like imagine, the tuna can's there, a bunch of flies come, they're eating it, and then the flies bring in crickets, and then toads come in, and it's also spawning season, so all the toads start mating and giving birth in the sink. Imagine that smell. He's like, I don't know, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. You never had to do the job on someone's birthday. You never had to lay back and think of the flag.
Yeah,
So-
you went into the women's bathroom at intermission. I went down to the men's room. I had to pee for sure. I go in there. There's 2 urinals,
Yep.
1 stall.
Oh yeah.
I try to stand at one of the urinals, but guess what? 4 dudes come in,
Yeah.
see that the 3 available pissers are taken, and just go, oh, I'll just stand and wait right behind Lund.
Human Lund.
They're right behind. They're less than a foot behind me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so cramped and small. No sane person, nobody with an ounce of respect for their fellow man would stay in there. You would go outside. You would form a line. like the women have surely done
Yeah, the women
since
know
the
better.
beginning of time. Well, they don't, and also they don't have to go outside because every woman gets their own little palace that they get to do their business in because they
anything they can stand
they're,
or sit.
they're God's preferred creatures.
Yeah, if they're sitting, then no one can be mad at them.
We have a fucking trough, and it's like, get in there. There's a bucket, and it's like, gather around, fellas.
Yeah,
It is so annoying.
And also, you do like to pee, like you like to pull your pants down too,
all the way.
all the way. Yeah.
No, that's
You have done that once or twice.
No, I have not.
I think so.
You think so? If I did, it was definitely to make you laugh. It wasn't because that's how I pee. Rest assured. But no, like the idea of these guys just being right behind me.
Yeah.
And to them, I'm sure, the idea is that, hey, if you have to pee, you have to pee. No, we all know this isn't true. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes your brain realizes it's weird. And also, if you drink, you don't give a fuck. But when you don't drink, you don't have the ability to always turn that switch off.
That's why you have to hold your breath.
Yeah, which I fucking didn't think about because I was so mad because they were right behind me.
Yeah, didn't you tell them, like, hey, get
So I
away from me,
bail.
man?
No, I bail, and like the next guy goes up, and I was like, yeah, it's your turn now, because you were standing right behind me. So I go outside with you.
You're getting into fights.
I'm not sure if it's intermission or not.
Right.
I'm
I
really
didn't
not
either.
sure.
I didn't either.
I'm pretty sure because it felt like a big end of Act 1
Right.
or midway
The
point.
overture, as Joe screamed
As
into
Joe
our
kept
heads.
yelling.
Yes.
It's an overture.
Yes. Like, I know what's going on.
I was pretty sure we were at intermission, but I kind of hoped against hope that maybe it's an hour and a half and we're out of
Yeah, maybe
here.
they're just turning and burning their foot in the room. Yeah, but they're doing a 6 o'clock and 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know for sure until the guy holding open the door says, "Will you be coming back in?" And I said, God bless it, I am. And I get the little thing, little poker chip that says "sucker."
Yeah, my dad
You're gonna
swallowed
get
his.
some more.
So we had to beg
Your
him.
dad said no, thank you, because he thought it cost money.
Yeah, he did. He was like, "I'm good."
He's like, "What? You buy one get one?" He's
Yeah.
like, "No, the play's halfway over." And he's like, "What?"
He's like, "Yeah, right, pal."
Yeah.
Touches him. He's
I was
always doing this.
I was born at night, but not last night. I'll
Yeah.
see you guys when you have fucking Fiddler on the Roof.
Hey, thanks for the tip. Here's one for you. Don't shower with your shoes on. Dave T. Out.
My favorite tip is don't smoke in bed. I think that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I'll be using that. But I always tip. I wish I was a dickhead so I could use my line.
You tipped over here the other day. Well, no, last night.
All right.
Well, what? Okay, fine. You know what? It's not that big a
No,
deal.
bring it up.
It's fine.
Blast me. Use me. What am I, Joe, at that party?
God, it's called the foxhole.
Fill me up.
Yeah. Fill me up. Buttercup, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here with Joe.
Just to
Esch.
hose me down.
Yeah. Reputed homosexual Joe Esch. And good guy, funny guy, getting his degree over there in Luxembourg. He's swung by to be here every waking minute. So he's the
I sleep when you sleep. It's like you're a baby and I'm the mom. When you sleep, I sleep.
he's the first thing I see in the morning and the last thing I hear. And he's sleeping in here in your room.
Right over there.
Yeah. Just so nice of you because I would be pissed if I was you.
Crazy that I'm not pissed. No. You said that you thought there were 3 bedrooms and a living room.
Based on
One
the
of
pictures, this bed was not in here. This couch bed was not in here.
One of the beds is in the living room. Misunderstanding. Who cares? Except, what I think part of today's weirdness is what happens to me when I've had too much fun and it's all a bit much.
Yep.
And I haven't had a lot of quiet look at my phone time.
Yeah.
That lets me recharge. It's not just sleeping that recharges my batteries. It's downtime. It's not traveling
It's
or
either
not
downtime or clown time.
or
That's what I said.
here. Yeah. You're
Sometimes it's frown time.
either unconscious or we're walking to go do something.
Right now for Joe, it's brown time.
And
He's at a crazy party.
I wonder
with
if
a
he's
bunch
getting.
of fellas.
I wonder if he's getting pissed on right now. I don't think he's into
while
that.
he's listening to this. It's a couple
Oh,
weeks
that
later.
too, yeah. He's still here. He's like, I stayed.
He's been in the bathroom pretending to be the toilet seat.
There's some account on Threads that's a fake gas station, and they're always posting updates, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And one of them was that they caught a guy pretending to be a toilet, and so the picture is a guy like all in white, like painted white, like he's part of the wall. And there's a toilet attached, like in front of him, like a Halloween costume, and it's so fucking stupid. I can't remember the name of it, but man, they've gotten me a few times. Just the
What do you mean? You thought it was real?
No. They've gotten me hard. I've laughed hard at some of these these fake truck stop posts.
Yeah.
Where they're like, hey, one of the fountain drinks was like piss or something, but it was out, so it's like, sorry for the inconvenience that we don't have piss out of the fountain. Like, just pretty wacky shit.
Yeah.
And then the toilet guy.
It'd be funny just be sitting there like looking around. Doing good. Don't smile too big.
You have to have your eyes
smiling.
You have to have your eyes closed until they sit down, and so that they're facing away from you. But you want to see them come in.
You want to see
their You want to see their face.
Yeah. But then you just over your shoulder, you see some guy like, you shit harder. You feel his wane in your back. Doing. Yeah. What is the toilet hard?
What if a toilet could get hard? Right before we recorded, I watched a video from 2005 where Evanescence was playing on stage, and a huge man, was able to like run from either the side or back of the stage or something, ran all the way up through the band members to Amy Lee, and tries to like grab her and like scream, sing into the microphone with her.
Whoa, am I still connected?
And she freaks the fuck out.
Check.
Yeah. Okay. She freaks out and screams, and then backstage she's like, I'm just singing, and then I see a guy right next to her. I was like, ah! It was very funny. And security guard was probably half the dude's size, but dog walked him out, like picked him up from his waist.
Yeah.
Or like half Nelson. Yeah, pretty impressive.
Bagwell, right?
Pretty impressive security guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that story should not have followed a guy pretending to be toilet.
I'm just telling people what I've seen, what I've experienced.
I know. I mean, we've experienced a lot over here, too.
We could talk a dream I had.
Yeah. Dream is haunted.
Well, you should probably bring up this lady's vag some more. We haven't really cracked that case.
I mean,
let's do a deep dive, Errol Morris.
It's a cold case. All right.
Hey, Ken Burns. Stay tuned for part 2 of The Lady Who Was Human. The lady was something wrong.
Maybe that was the issue. There's something wrong with me.
But yeah, unfortunately today, I think I hit a bit of a wall when it came to enjoying, and then combined with not eating. And then, boy, did I overcompensate, because we had a bunch of great noodles, and then went to the candy store, and I just housed.
Well, we went to the hand-pulled noodle, and you didn't speak. We left the theater, and you didn't speak until our food arrived.
I didn't look at anybody.
Yeah. You just pointed to the menu, and the man went like this. He said Godzilla under his breath.
I did get a good burn, because your dad said you would have been... You were in Les Mis as a child?
No, my dad, whenever he thinks of theater, he likes to cast what role I would have been when I was in high school.
Okay.
And he said, if Sam was in Les Mis, he would have been. And you said...
The Barricade.
It was very good. And I said, he's back. And that was about 5 bites into your soup. You finally mustered that. hadn't heard you talking about an hour and 45 minutes. I'm actually worried.
God forbid. God forbid somebody's quiet for a bit. But no, I was like trying to not feel bad and weird and off.
Yeah.
I felt off. It was annoying.
It was the coffee. You didn't get any coffee.
That was part of it. The coffee and not eating, then everything goes to shit, and then everything is going to annoy me more than it should.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew to give you space. I wasn't bothering you. I wasn't being weird to you.
You're the man. I love you so much.
But yeah, I saw you eat your noodles, and then we went to that candy store that my dad's been to twice now.
We've been twice.
Oh, yeah, but it's always him. It's called Treat Kingdom.
Kingdom of Treats.
He says, well, I'm the king of treats.
The Saudi Kingdom of Treats.
Yes. Dirty Dave, the turntable slave.
AKA Diamond Dave.
Diamond Dave, yeah.
David Lee Tallent. David
Who
Lee,
has been the
David Lee
man.
Rothschild.
Yeah,
Oh, he's the man,
Dave-
dude. We walked. You went in Glasgow. You went and did podcasts.
Yeah.
Two, right? Or one.
I did one in Glasgow too yesterday.
One in Glasgow. So Dave and I, have to get out of the Airbnb and meet you at the train station to come to London. And it's a 50-minute walk, and it was beautiful out. And I had my backpack and a stupid roller bag. But I said, you know what, Dave, if you're down, we should try to walk at least, most of it or whatever. See how the streets are or whatever, the path. If I can lug this thing, let's do it. And we did, and we talked about our sobriety, and I love him so much. I'm so glad I got some more time with him.
Yeah, he's great.
Always glad to be able to talk to him. And
it's really good to get inside his head a little bit, because I thought forever that my dad was one of these guys that's just like quiet and insightful, and he asks questions, and he has a great inner life. Every now and then he lets you inside, pulls back the curtain, blesses you with some knowledge.
I got to tell him again that I'll never forget his eulogy for Betsy, because it was so incredible just to be able to encapsulate a whole life together in such a beautiful way.
So he loves his wife, but then now
he loves his wife, whatever.
Now though, the other night he tells us, you know what I like to do? I like to pretend when I go to a new place, I'm in new surroundings, that there's been some kind of event, like a apocalypse of some kind, and all the women who were there, I'm the only man with valid seed. I'm the only one who can procreate on Earth, and I like to pick my team of 10 who I will walk hand in hand into the future with.
To create a new world.
Create a new world. And I'm
with
thinking,
my dick.
I'm thinking it should have been you,
Why is your brain still working? Not my mom's.
Yeah. He says stuff sometimes, and I'm just like, oh no. The whole anime versus manga thing had me like...
That's a long-running thing, it sounds like. Because it felt like we were catching that mid-conversation.
That conversation about what's anime and what's manga is the equivalent of me and my dad playing chess through the mail in like the 1920s. Where, I send him one, and then he thinks it over for a couple of days, and he fires back. And
seemed like he understood, but
he
maybe
sent
not.
He took a picture, God bless him, of what manga is, and he sent it to me because he was in the British Museum that you went to with him the other day.
Yeah, me, him, and Joe, while you did more podcasts.
I had to do a couple pods, yeah.
Big pods, big British pods.
Yeah, I did Meditations for an Anxious Mind, I think it's called. This kid Frankie from Ireland, he's writing his PhD thesis on the social media and the effect on personhood and identity. And he's like really smart and shit, but he does one of these shows where you like sit on the train and he interviews you. You film a talk show on the train, which luckily he was smart enough that I was able to have a conversation about how I can't tell if it's actual guerrilla art or if it's just look at me, narcissism. I don't give a shit if all these people, these like Malay people and Bengalis and West Africans were working 16 hours and now they're bleary-eyed riding the train home for 4 hours of sleep. And we're just here like, cutting up. Because, I think guerrilla theater was supposed to like elevate the masses and remind them of like the beauty around them. But I don't know if that does that. Anyway, it was cool, and I look forward to seeing what he does with it. But the manga thing, it's not interesting. It just, every now and then it makes me Google like, cliff near me.
How to explain to a father the difference between...
Yeah, I get on ChatGPT.
How to break it down.
Yeah, burn through a generator, answering questions. He's a good guy. But yeah, I don't like knowing that that's what he's doing whenever he's quietly assessing a square in Paris. He's just, putting together his 10-lady squad. And then like...
He's got the list that he crosses out when a new entrant appears.
He just rolls up his sleeve and he just... pen knife in the arm and then starts... Maori style tapping it in. Yeah. We don't have the relationship where I want to ask who's on his team, But I am scared if I pointed out like just a normal looking like 33-year-old woman, if he'd be like, no. And then I'm like, well, who? And he points to like a 19-year-old Asian girl in thigh highs, and I'm like, Dad, it's the future.
It's
not a fantasy.
It's for the rest of civilization.
Yeah.
It's to replenish the earth.
Uh-huh.
It's fine. Nobody can be mad at me.
Yeah.
It's
It's happening in here, buddy. Not out there. What are you worried about? Don't worry. Emily's on the team.
Jesus. What about this?
Okay.
What? You go and do pods yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Joe goes out to walk around and explore London. We haven't seen or heard Dave, so I'm almost positive he's gone. So I think I'm alone. So guess what? It's egg time.
Oh, no. You're making quiche.
I jack it.
Oh, no.
I clean my egg in the bathroom. I come back in here.
Are you completely nude?
Yes. No, I can't remember. But I'm in here. I do my thing. I rinse it out. At some point later, Joe comes back. Hey, what's up, Joe? And then Dave comes out, and I was like, oh, God. All right. Dave was here, man. Dave is here, man. One of the main... Oh, yeah.
Man. What if he was upstairs?
What if he was right there? He's just so quiet. I didn't see him. What if he was dressed like a couch?
Well, then...
He was dressed up like a toilet when I cleaned it out.
At least it wasn't the sink. But the kitchen's above your room, so if he was just up there quietly, like, reading and having a cup of coffee while you're down here, yeah, with the sound on, probably enjoying the sound.
Sound's on.
Earbuds in?
No.
Yeah, sound.
It's not loud.
It's loud enough.
It's low.
Dave raised me.
It's low
like
and
he knows
slow.
what it sounds like. I didn't have the technology you were rocking, though. If I had an egg, whew. Yikes.
So yeah, that was a close call.
Oh yeah, that would have been the best thing that ever happened to me. If my dad walked in on you whacking. The only way that gets better is if you walk in on my dad whacking.
Dave, you got any lotion? Oh, you sure do.
Tell Sam it's sunscreen.
Yeah, that was after the fact. I was like, oh,
yikes.
goddamn. Oh, one of the reasons I figured I should whack too is because that dream session before 2 nights ago was sexual, and luckily I didn't bust. Luckily I didn't ruin the bed.
Joe would have been in here cleaning up.
He would have saved
without using his hands.
Yeah. I woke up and I was like, oh God, thank God I didn't nut. But then I was like, I have to take care of this, or else the next time my dream might be my last.
Yeah, God forbid it's about JBL.
I tell you, I want to switch rooms. Hey, you got Joe duty now. You pull back the sheet, and you're like, oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good, a puddle.
I would, that'd be tough. You just walk in on me and I have my hands behind my back like I'm looking at a military grave. But really, it's just your puddle you left.
Well, when I used the egg, everything was fine, but when the downstairs just isn't cooperating, it's time for Hims.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hims provides men with access to affordable sexual health treatments so you can take charge of your sex life.
Hey, crack open those hymnals and sing a song to your cock. Let that
wake
song
up.
be ting, 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 ting.
It's the first of the month.
Yeah.
Gotta grind, gotta get mine.
You gotta pick this lock, eat a Hims, steal a car. But the Kia boys were all hopped up on Hims. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's why they made him so like good at
Dialed in, locked in.
Yeah. Not
Hims.
Hims, Cialis or whatever. Or
Well, let's not talk about the competitor when we're
Well, I think they give you the same ingredients.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, better.
Oh,
actually.
yes. Well, yeah. Let me read the copy.
No,
We'll
let me
find
keep
out.
talking over you. I know you love it.
We'll find out together.
It's your favorite part of the show.
The good people at Hims know that dealing with ED can be uncomfortable.
I can't take boner pills from bad people, so it helps me knowing that they're good.
They're good people.
Yeah,
yes.
A good ship, lollipop, and a jitterbug, and a candy shop, and a 1+1. You ever do that dance when you were a kid?
1+1.
The Shirley Temple.
Oh yeah, good
Yeah.
ship lollipop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Shirley now and then. When I
yeah.
wasn't Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, I was Shirley Temple. Sometimes I was Shirley MacLaine. I did all kinds of character work.
As long as you weren't Shirley Manson.
Sometimes I was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. But
Did you go hacksaw for?
no, I never liked Hacksaw that much. Everything can be taken care of online from the comfort of your own home. That's one of the nice things about those good folks over at Hims. They've got
You don't have to
chewable.
leave.
No, you can just wait for the dick pills to come to you.
You can just have that egg in your hand, standing by the mailbox, saying, "Don't worry, food's on the way. I ordered you DoorDash."
They've got chewable tablets, Viagra, Cialis, and their generics for up to 95% less.
It's such a steal, dude.
However you want to treat this thing, Hims can help. This thing called life. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/chubby. That's HIMS.com/chubby for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/chubby. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Read it, pig.
I did.
Open your mouth and say oink. Yeah, I love Hims, man. I've been eating it the whole time we've been here.
No wonder you've been in such a happy-go-lucky mood.
Well, you know what? Yesterday I just fucking buttoned down and I said, this is going to be a tough day, but I have to do it. And with that mindset, I powered through and I felt strong.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
What
So I was
about
all himmed out?
What about this? You thinking about we shared in the joy of the upcoming football season.
Oh, God.
It's practically around the corner.
They're about to cut down to 53-man rosters, baby. How many fullbacks will the team have? If you're the Denver Broncos, we're going to have 2. Will Troutman stay? Find out on whatever this is.
Well, I'm saying get ready to win your fantasy league this season. It is your time.
How many am I going to be in this year?
How many were you in last year? 5?
Yeah.
Wow. I would take so much Hims that my heart stopped.
Which is impossible.
Because I'm down to 0.
Yeah.
I'm down to 0 leagues.
Hey.
And I'm telling you, I'll never go back to that life.
Maybe this product that we're endorsing right here will change your mind.
Yeah, maybe, because you can use actual data, not
What?
just crappy advice from your group chat. When you get started with Hall of Fame,
Wait, what?
yeah, the Hall of Fame app.
I can be in the Hall of Fame?
Next stop, Canton, Ohio.
Yes.
The Hall of Fame app gives you access to advanced stats, historical data, and powerful tools to help you bet smarter.
Awesome.
I bet like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, you're so
because
bad at it.
I love the idea of a 7-leg parlay turning my $5 into $300.
Yeah.
And I act like it's just a click away, and guess what? I get my heart broken almost every freaking time.
You live for the thrill of the dice in the air before they hit the felt, baby. That's what you want.
I like to use, I think it was
Annihilation.
Eddie Winslow's friend on Family Matters would always use the technique. He would bet on the team whose city had the uglier chicks because they had nothing to fight for.
Wow.
Because they were ready, they were focused because they weren't getting laid. Something like that. Why that's burned into my brain.
Wow.
I saw that when I was 9, and I was like, this is advice I'll need as a man.
That's why the Cowboys quit losing.
Yeah, too many chicks.
Yeah, man.
Too many options for the top 10 list
Yeah.
to repopulate.
Yeah, Michael Irvin, he had valid seed.
But
Leon Lett.
Leon, let me in.
Hey, what was the one I said earlier? Oh, I had a really
When?
good one. I had a good one earlier, like a double
Football
entendre.
pun?
No, anyway, go ahead.
Well,
Double entendre.
They've got the advanced stats, historical data, and powerful tools to help you bet smarter. Created by 2 Ivy League grads and longtime sports fans, you can trust them to give you the tea.
These are powerful tools. These aren't simple machines. These aren't pulleys and fucking ramps. This is the real deal. These are, remember Skynet? These robots make that look like a fucking blowjob machine. All right? So you want to get into bed with, what's it called?
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, man. God, I'm in bed with the Hall of Fame right now.
Come on. But no, it is a solid app. Everything's right there. It makes sense. It explains how to build parlays. And
This is Southwest egg rolls of apps.
I wish that
They're also paying us $30,000. So
they're printing money over there.
yeah.
I wish that I would have had this over the years, instead of giving all my money to all these bookies out there, these shady sons of bitches.
Wait, fuck. My Apple Watch just said that we have to pay them $30,000.
Oh,
I have to give them 30 grand. I mean, any 30 grand.
You lost the bet.
I'm down.
I don't have 30 grand.
You won't be down. You'll only win if you use Hall of Fame.
We'll be asking you for money. Mm-hmm. Once you've built your parlay, you can even send it straight to your sports book with one click.
No way.
Automatically syncing with most major sports books like DraftKings and FanDuel. No manual entry, no wasted time.
Manual can't get in? What about Lynn?
Oh, he's in there.
Read him his Miranda rights.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Boring shows.
No, that's a good one. Everybody started.
Hey, people are starting to like us.
Everybody started.
Go on record as you liking Hamilton.
Oh, come on. Some of those songs are good. Yes, the hip hop wasn't true to the streets or whatever.
You misunderstood me. You like a ton of ham.
There wasn't real rapping or whatever. No, it doesn't matter. It was a fun play.
You didn't like Les Mis, but you liked Hamilton.
Hamilton was fun and exciting. I liked Les Mis. I was just hungry.
I got something you can eat right here.
For a limited time only, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but you also get 50% off your first month when you use code Chubby at checkout. Just download the Hall of Fame app on iOS or Android, enter code Chubby, and you're all set. Yeah, Hall of Fame bets, man.
I can't wait to use that app all the time.
So
after Les Mis, Lund, we ate the noodles, and then he got a whole bunch of candy, and then he ate it all. And then he ate some of mine. And then my dad's bag went missing while Lum was in the bathroom. And then we went to look for allopurinol.
I'm fucked, dude. Yeah. I took my last pill today.
I know. So
I have prednisone, and I think I'm going to have to chomp some Predno.
I want you to.
In order to get me through the next few days, get me home.
I bet Joe knows a guy at this party who can hook you with whatever you want.
I doubt they're snorting allopurinol.
There's some old dudes. There's some old bears in that cave.
Yeah, that's
true.
They're
not just in the trough all night. They got to walk home. But, so you ate all the candy anyone's ever seen, and then came home and just, you were laying in bed, you were like kind of nude. Me and Joe were over there playing Magic.
Shirtless with shorts on.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you were just asleep, and then it was 9:30.
I fell asleep for a few hours.
Huh. So he's been asleep since about 7. So he just passes out, I guess, now after he has too much candy. I don't know. I was just kind of looking at you occasionally and being like, what happened over there? I hope he's alive. And then
hold a mirror up to my nostrils.
Yeah. And then at 11:30 you rose like Lazarus. And now here we are.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that you weren't ready for bed, or else we wouldn't have done this pod, and we'd be behind
waiting. I kept
schedule.
telling Joe about hot dudes who were going to be at the party. I kept lying. I was like, Popeye's going to be there. Get out of here, I want to be here with Lund alone.
Well, yeah, and it's tough when my condition, where I'm freaking off and easily irritable, if I'm around anybody except for like you or Dave, because they just don't get it, and Joe's just like, what? Maybe I can cheer him up by talking to him or offering him ice cream. I'm like, get away from me.
Yeah, showing him my jock strap.
I missed some of the conversation you guys had about the ins and outs of the gay man lifestyle. You think that they're like animals.
No. I'm literally doing research because my guy is gay in my next book.
Okay, yes.
So I'm asking questions that pertain to my literature, and some of them I'm not being base with the young man. I'm treating him like a peer,
Well, you also were like, it just seems crazy or whatever. And it's like, dude,
it's crazy. This party is arranged, and 2 strangers told him about it when he was walking by having a beer earlier.
Yeah, but I was saying, like, straight people go out to get laid all the time. They go to a bar or a club. Half of them just want to dance with their friends to get drunk. Maybe they meet somebody and talk to them and like them. But the other half are just as horned up and ready to go as gay men. I think with gay men there is just less. Oftentimes there's less of the little dance or the get to know you or the game that you play where you're like coy. I think a lot of gay dudes skip a lot of that and just put it out there and get it in. And
I'm not claiming to know anything about gay guys.
yeah, but you made it seem like it was like this other world, and it's like it's not that much different.
Here's what I'm saying. Joe is going to a party where when you get there is a pants coat check. You have to give them your pants. You're
No
allowed to be
jeans.
nude if you want to.
Jeans are not allowed.
You have to at least be in a jock strap or nude. Now, that is a strange thing for two strangers to invite you to in the middle of the day that a bunch of other people know about. I've been straight my entire life. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that it is different than my experience as a guy who likes a gal.
Different in a bad way.
No, there's just not. I don't know if there's parties out there where I'm like, hey, you want to go to this party where there's a bunch of chicks who are walking around nude.
But there are.
You're
There's
gonna let
sex
us in.
parties.
Me and
there's
you.
sex
We can
parties.
just pop in. Imagine two people see us walking by and they say, hey, there's a cool party you should go about. It's down at the manhole, or the man witch, excuse me. They slap you in the belly. Yeah, the man witch. Come on down.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, it's a BYOD.
Bring your own dangler.
Bring your own dick, dangler, dumpers, whatever. You got to have something to show. But yeah, come on. A bunch of people will just be getting together. If you walk in, you're pretty much like down to clown. So that's cool. You know, come on in.
Yeah, there are a lot of places like that for men, women.
I didn't know that you were just living this crazy life and not telling me about it.
I'm not saying I'm going in there and stuffing and being stuffed. I'm saying I know about them. You know about them. You hear about them.
I really don't. I know there's swingers and there's the lifestyle, but as far as like, hey,
you know Kyle Pogue. He's been to all these crazy freaking parties where anything goes.
Kyle Pogue's in a wild like relationship built upon fun stuff like that, you know.
But I'm saying gay men, it's almost like their lifestyle is just either adjacent to or readily accessible to that freewheeling kind of thing, like sex forward or whatever, sex positive.
I think it's a lot of sex backward.
And then a bunch of it's whichever way they want.
Yeah.
And
which I brought up the other day to Frankie, that kid on the train.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, what if would it be better or worse if I told you I was a homosexual? And I was like, better? Wait, worse? No, I guess it's the same. I don't know, man. But you guys can do it face to face.
This is my stop. He's like, what?
Yeah. Give me my microphone, mate. Spike it in the tracks. Take his hat.
This was all off the record.
Yeah. I didn't consent to this. Mate, you showed up. You sat down. Yeah, I was feeling it out. I know I don't like this gotcha journalism.
I didn't sign anything.
Yeah.
So you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Uh-huh.
If this is on YouTube, you're going down.
It's not. It's on Instagram. I'm quite successful. Oh, well, that'll help me. Fine.
Also, yeah, you would not be invited to something like that because you are not going to a bar that's either gay or poly or swinger bar, sex bar. You're going to a sports bar. You're going to a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, there's not designated bars for me.
Well, they're talking about fullbacks. Not saying my back is full.
Yeah. We're talking about Mike Allstott and not how all stop serve go.
You're nowhere. You're not really near any of that world, but it's right there. I mean, it's our world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad to know it's out there, and
you would find it easily if you asked a couple people or whatever.
I told Joe that I was going to use his head like a pin cushion earlier, and I'm glad to know that someone's actually doing that. It's funny just to think about having a guy and just putting pins in his head, and keeping him there.
Yeah, and he's fine.
Yeah, he loves it. It's his job.
What did you say about a tomato that someone who sews a lot uses? Is that a fabric
It's a
tomato?
fabric tomato.
Okay.
Yeah, you put your pins in it. That's Joe's head. I'm just pinning him. I'm not even doing much sewing. Here you go, Joe. Joe, hey, buddy, I need those pins back. I'll be right over. Pins are like, you can get 100 of them for a nickel, but no, I need mine. I got my grease on them. Yeah, hopefully he survives and he can make it. We're going to be in Manchester tomorrow, which is
Manchester the molester.
It's my granduncle's name, Chester. My grandpa thought he was gay, I think. It was one of his brothers. I'll ask my dad. My dad really went down early too, but he also ate a tremendous amount of candy. Maybe you and him got drugged.
I opened both bags myself. They were sealed.
Yeah. You were really crushing them. You were crushing those. What are those things called? Those panda bears?
Hello Panda or Panda. Yeah, the cookies with the cream inside.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were just scooping them out of the bag.
You got the bag 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And they went kind of quick. We shared them and they were gone. I wanted to see what other flavors they had. They only had the one, caramel.
Well, they had different flavors, but it wasn't in a reasonable serving size.
No, those other ones were caramel.
They had
the little tiny bag.
Which
yeah,
like 5 of them in there. So
yeah,
save it.
Nuts.
Tell it to a judge.
Was that for a newborn?
Yeah. I'm supposed to eat this out of someone's mouth. Shut up.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. At Kingdom of Treats, I thought I'd have access to all the goodies in the world.
My kingdom for some vanilla panda stuffers.
Yeah, there's a bunch of flavors. I wanted to really get nuts.
Strawberry panda stuffers.
But yeah, instead I get the one bag of caramel and then a big bag of Lifesaver gummies.
And
exotic flavors.
Before we got out
I almost
the
said
store.
erotic flavors, but it was exotic flavors.
Yeah, that lady's pussy
like
is
man's
one of them.
penis. Yeah,
Yeah. Man's penis.
horse anus.
Nipple. Vulva. It's vulva flavored. It tastes like salt and vinegar.
I got both of those going. Well, God, I wouldn't have eaten so many of them outside of the store if we weren't waiting for Duddy for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I walked in.
He got lost in the kingdom.
He got put in the supermarket.
He got put in the stocks.
Yeah, he was like a Sims character, just bumping around in the corner.
He was leering, so he got put in stocks, and people were kicking him in the butt.
Yeah, they were throwing fabric tomatoes at him, and he kept saying, "You're on the list." They were like, "What does that mean?" That's my son, who I told about it for some reason, and now it's in his act. It's been fun to say about my dad. Hey, ladies, make sure you go to the bathroom in groups.
Yeah,
insinuating that he's a sex criminal. And then I get off stage and he's misty-eyed because of how proud he is of me.
But yeah, that has been cool for him to see how we. How we've amassed a following, how we have fans that are genuinely excited and grateful to meet us and see us.
Yeah,
especially
nice.
Especially over here, because as Joe decided to explain instead of me, people over here appreciate, I think, when American acts will come over here
across the pond.
It's
skipping like a stone.
It's something that a bunch of comics I don't think do, because maybe it doesn't pay off or work out, or it's difficult to come back with money.
I'm not breaking even on this.
Yeah,
I'm ruined.
But there is something fun. I'm glad that you like traveling.
Yeah,
and they appreciate it. And
well, I can't take the money with me, but I can take you.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, last night. Glasgow was great, and London last night was great, except somebody on Reddit summed up my half-hour performance of my art with "Lund was okay," and Lund
did fine. Was
really,
the direct quote.
No, it was Lund was okay.
Oh, okay,
and I really didn't appreciate that at all.
Yeah, if all the ones to say that about, last night was not the one.
No,
because
why?
When you got done, the round of applause went on for maybe 25 to 30 seconds.
It was like
to the point where you were like, all right, hey, thanks everyone. And then it got louder and ramped. And I was laying on the couch in the green room being like, what's going on out there? Did he just guess someone's birthday? Did he just tell them the Queen's dead again?
Is there peace in the Middle East?
Yeah, what happened? Did he figure it all out?
Cancer's been cured?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was a really nice, like...
You crushed.
Prolonged amount of applause when I tried to just say, all right, that's it for me. Thank you so much. And, we're going to do a quick intermission. I had to stop talking because people wanted to give it up for me. Yeah. And then one guy was like, it was just okay.
Maybe he was nagging you so you'd talk about him.
Yeah, well, he got what he wanted because I responded to his comment.
You did?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, I thought that I did I thought I did quite a good job because of the prolonged applause at the end of my set, but it's nice to know that I just did okay.
You're mixing it up with the marks? You're going into the crowd?
Why not? Sometimes they need to know we're real people.
We're not. We're products.
I'm just a guy. Like, I came all the way over here to entertain people, and I was really glad that I did.
Yeah, did a good job.
And then for the guy to... also... it's like, okay, his argument, or this person could be a woman, but it's not. It's a dude. He must have said, maybe he thinks, oh, it's funny because I'm underselling it, but nobody knows that. So then if everybody reads that, they think, oh, maybe Lund kind of ate it, or maybe he was tired, or he didn't give a shit. Which is the opposite of what was happening, because I really want to do a good job over here.
I've seen you before, though.
Dublin.
He summed him up.
Dublin in 2023, really great response. We're really happy with that show. London, nervous because it's this really nice old theater, but then
one of us did okay.
we did a really good job, and it was cool.
I came back and did Royal Albert Hall, and then Bush Hall, not Silverchair Hall.
Yeah, nobody laughed at that.
No one ever has. No one should. It's a bridge too far. Silverchair factored very heavily into my life.
They were too young, I think.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know what's funny over here is the Godsmack Sublime joke. Nothing.
Yeah.
To the point where last night I knew it wasn't going to work, and I went, that's right. Not one but two references that don't work. A lot of comics would do one and bail. Not me. There was a guy from The Guardian there last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're reviewing my book tomorrow in The Guardian. And I am giddy with anticipation to buy a newspaper and read it on the train.
Crazy.
I know. What if they hate it? That would be...
I don't think that people really...
What if they expose me for being an imposter?
No, I don't think so.
They say it's doing an impression of a book.
I wondered how the Running the Light was going to be, if it was going to be close, but... not quite there. The next one, you will be better because you went through the first process, and it was, a solid effort. No, it's fucking like I lost myself. The kind of reading where you don't think, oh, this is a person who sat down and tried to be clever or entertaining and failed or came up a little short or had some missteps.
No, I know.
It was just solid and like impressive, and I was very proud and happy for you because relieved. I was like, holy shit, this is not something that a bunch of people are going to be able to poke holes in, because I don't want to, but I'd be honest.
I'm proud of the
with
book.
myself or with you. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
proud of it,
obviously,
but holding it in hardcover over here.
Yeah.
Because White Rabbit put it out in hardcover over here. I think that has really fucking warped my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like opening it up.
More real or whatever.
Oh my God, it makes it so real. Taking off that dust jacket and seeing...
all the dust
carved into the spine, like however they do it. Like that's how books are. When you can read it with your thumb, it's a fucking book, and I can read my book with my thumb now, and that really blew my mind. And I'm wondering if like a good review by the Observer tomorrow or the Guardian, I can't remember which one it is.
Okay.
Well, one of them, it's a big one.
The Daily Mail.
Yeah. The Daily Stormer.
American Pig brings his slop to jolly old.
Yeah, it just says oink ?
I just oinked.
But yeah, I wonder.
It's blast.
Yeah, what if they say it's dangerous and he uses a lot of words we don't use over here?
No, I wouldn't think that it would be reduced to that by,
I'm just saying,
by a real publication.
No, what I'm saying though is maybe if it's good review, I think this market's still small enough that like that could move a bunch of hardcover units, and then maybe I'm a bestseller in London. I'm putting up the cart way ahead of the horse, but
no, I mean
I want it to be a good review, so maybe it can like move some shit.
Yeah.
But if it's a bad review, I don't really know if that's going to matter so much.
Right. No, I think it's kind of a win-win.
God,
right?
I want a review. I want to read it. I might like be up late looking on my phone to see if they post it. But that's insane. I want to crack it open and read it.
Yeah, that'd be better.
God damn it.
In the paper.
Yeah.
Get your hands on it.
Getting the ink on it.
Yeah, while we go up to Liverpool and then over to old Manchester.
Yeah, I'm doing Adam Rose podcast. That'll be fun.
Dirty Jobs.
And then we're hopping in a car, the three of us. Duddy's staying here by himself. He says that there's like these like message parlors, and he wants to see if he can like send a text to his girlfriend. He can't get his SMS isn't working, so he's going to go to a message parlor. I don't know. I couldn't remember.
Oh yeah, what about when we're walking to eat the first night here? We're headed to Chinatown, which also has a bunch of strip clubs, casinos, gentlemen clubs, and all the guys in suits outside barking, "Hey fellas, you looking to party? We got dancers, we got girls in here." My response the first couple times, "Oh, I'm gay."
Yeah, we're gay.
And then I realize, that could be the perfect trap, because they're like, "Hey, we got a boys' room or whatever." And then my response would have to be, yeah, you're talking about young men. I want boys. And then what if the response is, we've got that too, right this way, sir? It's like, no.
Yeah, they bring you in a secret entrance. Yeah.
I have to go along with it.
You have to go, or else you just lied about being gay. You get in trouble. Yeah. I don't know.
I have to watch little kids stripping. Like, that's very good.
Yeah, wow.
This is my thing for sure.
I love this.
It looks like you guys are getting
Check
ready
this
to
out.
close, so I should probably bail.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't close.
Oh, okay. Well, good, because I can't get enough of this.
This is my thing.
It's absolutely
so why would
rocks.
why would I leave?
Yeah, no. Do you have like a bed I can sleep in? I'll just stay here.
Do you guys have any candy?
Can my friend's dad come up here? Yeah, I need to eat a bunch of candy. You would think that a guy like me would bring his own candy. But no. You guys supply the kids. I ate all the candy, and now I'm very tired. So I need some more candy or a big pillow, like a cat would lay on. Yes, no, of course. Do the highly erotic dancing. Carry on. I'll be over here just absolutely wrapped with attention.
Did you, at first in Les Mis, did you think that one or two of those child actors was actually a little adult?
I was hoping so much that the lead boy who gets shot was a dwarf.
Yeah?
Yeah, when he came out and he like grabbed that woman and he was singing, I was like, well, they're not going to let a kid handle the rock like this. He'll blow it. Please let it be a dwarf. Or like some kind of smusho.
Well, what I thought for just like maybe the first like kids song or something was, I wonder if they have like a small woman singing and is portraying a boy because, right.
The
prepubescent singing voice.
Yeah.
But I didn't think even a little person for sure as much as maybe a small woman. But pretty quick, it's like, nope, these are kids. There's 3 kids in this massive play.
Yeah.
And they were great.
The only one who sucked was Caudette. Was that her name?
Cosell?
No, Caudette, the girl, the love interest for the man.
I think it's Cosette.
Cosette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard Cosette.
Yeah, Howard Cosette's lover.
Les Miserables. Jean Valjean takes the stage tonight. On the line, the future of France. French Revolution is upon us, folks.
Jean Valjean.
Young Howard Cosette, ready for a new life away from her horrible foster parents.
From urchin to end zone. Young Cosette making moves in 18th century France. Paris isn't ready for young Cosette. It's me. I'm Howard Cosette. Getting in on Lund's bit.
Proud father of young Cosette.
Jean Valjean. 6410. From a number to a legend.
6410.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, the prisoner number.
Yeah.
It was 42610.
42610.
But yes, you were going to say the only less than stellar performance.
Yeah,
was
Howard Cosette's voice stunk. He couldn't hit a fucking note to save his life.
The young man who was in love with Cosette.
Yeah, the castrato chode. Which is hard to be.
I didn't notice him blowing it.
Well, yeah, because you were thinking hot dogs or hamburgers.
Yeah, which one am I putting in first?
Yeah,
what am I going to eat after Sam makes us eat at this noodle place?
Nothing. A bunch of candy.
Yeah. No, but I thought maybe I would double dip.
I thought we were going to go out tonight when you woke up. We're going to have a big meal out in the town, you and me. But then Joe took the keys so we could go get debauched. We could go get wrecked from all angles. Yeah, but we're going to... I want to know how much those guys get paid.
Oh, the actors?
Yeah, because like Jean Valjean, by the end of it, you could tell he was like, yeah, no, I'm the best. This is my whole thing. I think Hugh Jackman was Jean Valjean at one point, and he was supposed to be awesome
on stage, and then in the movie? I think he was in the movie.
Was he? I know he did it on
I'm-
stage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that he was in the movie adaptation.
His Oklahoma is crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you download it on Kaza?
No, I watched it in a theater class. I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my theater teacher was all about showing like what like a multi-talented person could achieve, and he was like, look at what's his name?
Hugh Jackman?
He's like, Hugh Jackman is not a very good actor. He's not very good at fight scenes. He's not a good singer, but he can do all of them enough that when he does them all at once, you're like, this is the best guy to ever do this. And his Oklahoma was like nuts.
Huh.
He's doing the big spins and like this thing and singing,
Right,
you know, the hat.
commitment
Yeah,
or-
yeah. And like not looking like a pussy while being a total pussy because he's in a musical, you know? It's cool stuff. It's a cool guy.
All the tricks
Yeah.
of the trade from your small town high school drama teacher.
Mitch Travis, the man.
Mitch Travis.
Yeah.
What did he ever do? Who'd he ever beat? Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Chubby Behemoth. We
Oh,
should have
yeah.
talked about it earlier in the show
Manchester
so that
tomorrow.
people who don't listen to the very end would know there's a Patreon.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Guy was like, I've listened to every episode. Oh, Patreon too? No, you guys have a Patreon? What?
How did you miss the end?
We plug it every time, and we're
Yeah.
some of the funniest shit is at the very end of the episode.
He says that every episode. You never heard us say that before?
So that's too bad. But
Yeah.
some people didn't know. Patreon.com.
Oh yeah, Boston Comedy Studio, June 8th. It's a really small room. We'll be flying in
It's a studio apartment.
fresh from Europe. I'm going to be kooky and strange. And I think the Fancy Lad skate team's going to be there. They'll probably have some stickers for everyone. Eugene,
What's in
Oregon,
there, candy?
Right? Dayton? I don't know where we're going to be. Yeah,
Eugene
candy.
is June 12th, 13th, 14th.
Australia, tickets are doing quite well. So if you want to buy the rest of them, I can probably like add a show or two here or there. We're adding a second show
Slurp
in
them up.
Auckland?
Yeah.
Yeah. So get those.
SamTalent.com. NathanLundComedy.com. Hit me up if you want a hat. I'll ship them to you.
Get the hats. Buy the book. If you're in the UK, bye-bye.